Hey, Jake Kaiser here. I'm in my studio and I figured today I'd make a little video just looking at my studio space. It's very simple. It's in the bedroom of my one bedroom apartment I share with my girlfriend in the San Francisco Bay Area. Pretty tight in space and expensive rent around this area, but I'm making do with what I have. This is actually like the biggest bedroom that I've had in all the apartments in my many years here in the Bay. And today I'm going to just show you kind of the equipment that I'm using, as well as maybe take a look at some of my favorite plugins and what's giving my sound kind of that unique character. All right, so jumping into the studio, you can see I have a really simple, minimal setup. Like I said, I don't have a lot of space. I don't want to get too into a synthesizer addiction yet and hardware gear until I have more space to put it, and know as soon as I kind of get more into that, it'll be an addiction that will basically take up more of my money and space than I have currently. So kind of holding off on going full-fledged into that now. When I look at kind of my external gear, I have two 8-inch monitors. These ones are by Cali Audio. I got them 3 years ago and I found that they've worked really well. They were a really good deal when I got them and perform really similar in my experience to the Yamaha 8-inch speakers for a little bit less money. I've been happy with them now, but definitely at one point do want to upgrade some monitors. I'm using just a Scarlett 2i2 interface, pretty standard. And then for external kind of equipment, I do have a couple guitars that sometimes I'll bust out for kind of, I think, more effects on most of my electronic songs. I have used them as lead elements in the past, but those kind of come out more rarely these days, but I like to bring out the electric and add some kind of sweeps and stuff and atmospheric stuff in the background with some chords. And I also like to do a lot of songwriting on the guitar as well. In terms of the outboard gear I have, right now I only have this Model D Behringer synth, which is a mono synth, and I love this thing for bass lines and just kind of for riffing, fun ideas with, and just getting a little bit of more analog character and just having some knobs to twist. Like I said earlier, I can really see the difference in having that kind of equipment. I'm a very kind of tactile person, so that's something I definitely want to get more of, but I've started off with this guy. It's able to make such gritty, beautiful analog sounds. Again, kind of on the lower price point, and I've been so happy with it, use it all the time. I also have a little MIDI keyboard with a lot of like control knobs that I will basically sync to whatever soft synth I'm using and do a lot of automation on the fly, as well as a little keyboard for kind of riffing on some different ideas. And that's about it. You can see it's a really simple setup. I do most of my work in the box in Ableton, and I plan on showing you some of the favorite kind of VSTs and what I'm using. But if you have any other questions, definitely reach out and I will be sure to answer them and let you know what else I'm kind of doing. Thank you so much for checking out my little studio tour. I know it doesn't have as much to offer as a lot of the other bigger, fancier studios that people are using, but I've been able to make tunes that I love in here and slowly add to my setup as I find it necessary, but really do think you can make incredible music with a really minimal setup and do most of the stuff in the box. I find that most of the time when I do get a new tool, be that an external synth or a new VST, it's not even that I need that tool ever. It never is the case that I need that tool. I've had everything I needed with the stock Ableton plugins, but sometimes it can kind of offer a little bit new creative path or just kind of inspire you to find a new sound. So most of the time when I'm purchasing something new, it's more of a creative thing than something that I'm absolutely needing. And with that, I really appreciate you watching the video. If you have any questions or want to see more, let me know. And if you shoot me a like and a subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. I also see a lot of producers not having nearly enough bird art on their wall. I would say that having at least one bird painting adds +7 Ableton skills.